Okay, you know, there are just days. I just don't know about me. It's been a stressful day anyway. My granddaughter came to visit, and then I didn't get to see her very much when she was here visiting over the end of the holiday. So I've kind of been crying most of the day because it's going to be a long time until I see her again. So I did an unboxing on all of these. Talked my way all the way through it, and it was set on photo and not video, and so when I clicked the button, of course I took a picture, and I didn't get the video, and my dog's grumbling. So they've already been unboxed, but I'm going to show you them anyway. I swear, they're just times. I don't know if anybody has as much trouble as I do when it comes to doing these kinds of things. Okay, so what I had was I had 2 Diamond Dotz that I had purchased from Walmart, and I have never done a Diamond Dotz project, so we'll see how this goes. One is a fox, and one is this pretty deer. Now, I usually buy projects that are full coverage, or like of course the cards, those aren't obviously full coverage. But I love floral. I love little foxes. I don't know why. And I love deer. I just love animals. So anything that has got flowers and animals, I mean, I don't think you can go wrong on that. So what I did was I pulled these out, and I'm going to have to stand up here because I have a mess and I want to show you. So this is the deer, and I think she is just beautiful. These flowers, I mean, just beautiful. And I think what's really interesting about this, and like I said, because it's not full drill, and it is round drill, which I'm not overly fond of the round drills when it comes to paintings or diamond paintings, but this really makes up for it. I mean, this really is a pretty background. I've hesitated on buying the Diamond Dotz before, but I thought this was a good opportunity. I can see how these projects would go very quickly and be easily framed. Anyway, that's the very pretty deer. This one is the fox, and oh, she's just very pretty as well. I love the little expression on her face. And so these are the diamonds for the fox. I didn't do the one for the deer, but if you could see, I mean, there are just a slew of colors here. I mean, there are a lot of very different colors for this very small, not very detailed diamond painting. I mean, 3 different sections, or I don't know what you would call these, packets, length of packets of these diamond drills. So a lot of different colors. Let's see, I wonder if there's a way of, there's at least, so I would say at least 36 colors. 36 colors in this really small diamond painting. So I'm impressed with that. I'm making a lot of noise when I'm talking. I did not open up the drills for the deer because, you know, I mean, I could do that, I guess, but I'm not going to. This is the packet that you get with the Diamond Dotz, which I was a little more impressed with the Diamond Dotz than some of the others that I have opened up. The cheaper ones, of course, are the less expensive ones. I should be a little more politically correct there, maybe, I don't know. From Amazon, of course you get the trays. I mean, the trays I think are probably pretty standard. This feels like a much more substantial tray. You do get this if you want to use this pen, which would make using this much more comfortable. You can also even just use that on one of your pencils or ink pens that you have in your house. This gives you extra spacers, I guess is the word for it. You get extra spacers, very large ones, which are nice to have, and you do get a really large square of wax. So I was a little more impressed with the kit that you get with Diamond Dotz than you get with some of the other kits. Again, the less expensive kits. These particular diamond paintings, which I had talked about, of course, and in record, are from the dollar store. So everything, of course, we know at the dollar store is pretty much $1.25. But I was very curious about these diamond paintings that were for $1.25 at the dollar store. And of course, they're floral. There was a few other designs, but I wasn't overly impressed with those, or I didn't really feel like I wanted to do them, but I would go look. These are actually, again, I keep saying dollar store, but these are at the Dollar Tree. The sunflower, and then this pretty, I don't know what that is. Forget-me-nots, maybe? I'm not sure what those are. If somebody knows what those are, put that down in the comments. But anyway, so in this one, it comes with instructions, of course. And this is the card. I was much more interested in this after I opened it up. I mean, I thought, okay, well, yeah, it's $1. It's not going to be worth really much. But I will tell you that this sticky on here is really, I mean, really, really sticky. And it's really pretty. And I am thinking this is, what did it say it was? I thought, oh, there, 6 by 8. So you could actually, I would think you could put that into, oh, obviously a frame, but man, you could make a card out of that. That would make a really pretty birthday card or Mother's Day card. It's not very detailed, of course, but for what it is. The other one was this one, sunflower, and there were a few other choices for this as well. Now here's the thing. Obviously I opened it up and here is the canvas, and this is 6.18 by 6.18, so you could almost get that into a 6 by 6 frame, but it was also very sticky. Probably, more than likely, it's double-sided tape, not really sure. But here is, like I was saying, this thing here. When I first got it, I really thought that it was square diamonds, and I don't know, you can see that. These are square, and when you pull out the diamonds, they are obviously round. Now you get quite a few different colors here, and they look like just any other diamonds that you would get with probably most any other kit. But it does show you on the back very clearly, if you look at these are round. They're not square. But I was thinking, oh wow, I have this little tiny little sunflower canvas that is going to be square diamonds, like it shows in the front, but it's not. So if you go look at these, you will definitely find, once you open them, that they are round diamonds. They are not square diamonds, so it is not full coverage. So that was a little disappointing to me. So the other things were these two embroidery kits from the Dollar Tree. Again, now something that's always kind of interesting is when you go to the Dollar Tree, you will see that a lot of times they have items that are not $1. So like these embroidery kits are $5 each. I got this one with the flowers, and then I got this one with the bee and the butterfly. Now, what you get in the kit, it shows you pretty much what you get in the kit. You get the hoop, which is this hoop. And I had opened one of them here, and I had shown you that, I mean, it's pretty cheap frame, but At the same time, it's one of these with the grooves in there, which holds your fabric tighter or better. I don't mind my fabric being a little loose, but you know, the more taut it is, really the better it is probably. The thread in the two projects, I was not particularly overly impressed with it. It's got this sheen to it, so I'm kind of wondering if it's not 100% cotton. I mean, obviously for $5 maybe for all of this, I shouldn't expect cotton. But, you know, it could be just a cheaper cotton. But, you know, sometimes when you pick up some of that cheaper thread, it does have a little bit more of a sheen than like this cotton, which you can see is just a better cotton. You can just tell when you look at it. And this, what is it that I want to say? Trying to think of the word I want to say that I want to compare it to. I don't know. It's just, can't think of the word I want to say, but it's just not as nice thread. The word I want to say is fluffy, but that's the only word that's coming to me. It's got a little bit of a, I don't want to say a pill, because you know, if you have a sweater and it kind of, you get the pill on it, that's kind of what it reminds me of in a way. It's not really smooth thread, but we'll see how it looks done up. I have in the past avoided these kind of projects, and I have an Amazon embroidery project set that I bought with 3 different projects that show you how to do all of the stitches for embroidery, which I do not know. I know the lazy daisy, I know how to do a French knot, but for me, I've always done projects that were just strictly backstitch. I just always thought that the other stitching looked just really difficult to me, and I just thought, oh, I just want embroidery. I just want embroidery. I just want to make some dish towels, or tea towels, or whatever, and that's it. I just want to do it. Don't want to think about it, and just avoided it. So I have finally decided that I'm going to learn how to do other stitches and get over myself. So this was the B, and this one is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the one with here it is. This one has the butterfly. So this is the bee and the butterfly came in the same one. And this is not cotton. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a nylon. I suppose it could be a satin or something, but it feels more like a nylon. The needles here, they have really, really large eyes, which is great. Each one of these needles, of course, are different. This one is a much better needle, meaning it's more sharp, and so it goes through the fabric pretty easily. Some of these other needles do not go through the fabric as easily. This one is the one with the floral. So those I think will be fun to do if I can learn how to do all of the stitches. They come with these sheets of paper that literally gives you really good instructions. So here it shows you the satin stitch, the lazy stitch, the fishbone stitch, the small stitch, the blanket stitch, and this one says the fly stitch. And then there's some more stitches over here that they show you how to do, which is really cool that they include that. They also include with it like a color chart, so that you don't have to try to think about which color you want to use for which item. It's literally a kit. So here it'll show you like number 1, which is pointing to this one. Shows you the lazy daisies, tells you what colors they're using, and the stitches that they're using. So here it says like petals, lazy daisy stitch, and then the centers are the French knot 2 loops. This will be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to do these before I do those Amazon ones that also show you how to do all the stitches. And when I find it, I will unbox that as well. All right, let's see what these pretty colors do on this canvas, or I guess this cardstock. This is cardstock. We got snow. Appreciative of that. I wish it would have snowed on Christmas, but it is snowy now. It snowed earlier in the week too. All right, so let's start at the bottom, which is an A. Looks like. Now, I will say these, I say that often, but I definitely think these are a little smaller than your normal diamond painting dot. But it does feel like it sticks pretty good. I wanted to mention that the next two videos after this video will be Dragon and Amazon Dragon Suncatcher diamond art, and with that will be 2 parts. Basically doing really pretty much the whole thing, except for close to the end, and then I will skip to just the very end so that you can see what the dragon looks like. But with that will be the last 3 chapters of the Christmas Carol, and I am probably not going to do any more videos that combine a craft project with a story, because of a couple of things. Number one, it's a nightmare to edit the 2 different types of files and try to get them together. I record everything on my iPhone, and then I upload it to iCloud, and then I download it to my iPad, and then I use what it's called InShot to do my video editing, which is really just quick and easy. Very, very easy, user-friendly, works like a dream for me. So I'm probably going to continue to do just the plain videos with the crafts, and do basically like an audio, or like, I guess you would compare it to an Audible, although I'm not a professional narrator by any stretch of the imagination. But that way I don't have to try to edit the 2 different files and get them together. I downloaded an audio editor called SoundLab, which also works like a dream with doing audio edits, but still I am having difficulties inserting those files and being able, if I do any kind of changes at all or need to do any kind of changes in the video, to get it to make sure that it ends at the right place with the end of the video with the audio. Yeah, it's too much for me. I just can't do it. So they will be completely separate uploads to the craft channel, and I either will, talk about things going on either in the craft world, or not as really interesting as, my life isn't that interesting. But I might just, if I read something, that I will do just a regular chat and do a project and do a review, and then keep those books separate. I think that, I guess maybe I should go back to say that it will be in 2 parts, because there were 3 chapters left of the Christmas Carol, the 3rd ghost and the 4th ghost, and then there's an ending chapter. But it just made too long of a video for me to upload. It just would not convert and upload to YouTube from InShot. I couldn't get it to do it. So I had to put it into 2 separate files. And that took time too. Everything just took time. I couldn't get anything to upload off my phone. I do know that at some point when I get another phone, it's going to be a phone that has a much larger memory. The same with my iPad. It's just been, yeah, not fun with large files at all. But it will be in 2 parts, and like I said, it'll be the last where the 2 are combined. I'm not sure what the next book will be. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's so many I've kind of wanted to read over the years and never did, and then there's so many that I had never heard of and have to stay within the public domain. I'm thinking about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I've always wanted to read that. Yeah, I mean, there's just, yeah, a lot of them. But I think I'm going to start with probably 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I considered Dr. Moreau. There's some Sherlock Holmes I'd like to read too. I think Virginia Woolf is also in the public domain. Some of them, not all of them, I don't know. Well, there it's stuck. See, they're just not, some of them aren't sticking great. You got to get it right in that spot. But Charles Dickens, oh my God. The sentences in The Christmas Carol. Oh. I mean, I can imagine maybe if you were just reading them, to yourself, as you usually read. You don't usually read out loud all the time. Unless, like you said, you're reading to somebody. Man, those sentences were horrible. I mean, entire paragraphs that should have been, I don't know, 10, 12, 14 sentences were often one sentence in that book. I don't know if all of Charles Dickens' writings are like that. I mean, if there's one that's pretty well known that is really considered a great classic, I might consider it, but I would have to look at the writing of the book itself beforehand before I would do that again. The other thing, I mean, if any of you have read Charles Dickens, maybe you know if some of his other writings is that bad. But, yeah. These are really pretty shiny, I would say. And it would not take long. I may, like I said, go back to the dollar store just to see if they got any more in. I need to get some candles. Anyway, I burn like those 7-day candles all the time. I burn them for loved ones. I burn them kind of in prayer, is what I call it, or affirmation for myself, for people that I care about that could be in need. I like candles for. So I go through a lot of candles. So, and I need to go to the store, the Dollar Tree, to get them. So while I'm there, I'm going to see if they have any more of these. And then I will take a picture and show you maybe here if I get this done before. These are all A's. I thought that they looked almost like little arrows to me. That's crazy. My eyes. I get new glasses soon too. Okay, well, I'm going to work on this some more, and then I will turn the camera back on and film the rest of it as I finish it up so that you can see what it looks like. And then in a separate video I will do this sunflower, which is full coverage and will take a little bit longer, and I don't want to do all of that on a video, but I do want you to see how it works up, you know, how the diamonds stick. But again, I think these are just a tiny bit smaller, and if they're all made from the same company, the full coverage square area over there, I don't know how that's going to look. So anyway, I'll be back. I would definitely say that the drills are not uniform, and I'm sure are some pretty cheap drills, maybe plastic, would be my big guess. But this went very quickly. I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, could be close to 2 hours. I didn't keep track of the time. I didn't have time to go by the dollar store, and the roads are so bad, scary out there at night, so I didn't, you know, make the trip over. But I will go tomorrow, and if I find any more, I will definitely show you what I got and post them. But there are, yeah, see, I'm always spilling my drills. But it was fun. I would say for $1.25, it was definitely worth $1.25.